Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. So it appears, boys and girls, that the FDA is about to enter the ring with the Supreme Court. Well, at least it's over the FDA because, the flavored vape ban and all this. And now the U.S. Supreme Court has been compelled to enter the conflict, as it is, and figure out who's right, who's wrong. So let's go into a little article that Reuters has put out today on the 2nd of July, and let's have a look at what they're talking about. But had to be a pretty compelling thing to get that group involved. As you can see, the U.S. Supreme Court to hear fight over the FDA denial of flavored vape products. Here we go. Out of Washington, this is coming. The U.S. Supreme Court agreed on Thursday, which is Tuesday, to hear the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's defense of the agency's rejection of applications by two companies to sell flavored vape products that it has determined poses health risks to the kids, young consumers. When you're 52, everybody's a kid. The justices took up the FDA's appeal filed with a lower circuit court, ruled that the agency had failed to follow. Hear that Kentucky accent? Follow proper legal procedures. Oh, whoa, ruh-roh, raggy. Under federal law, when it denied the application to bring their nicotine-containing products to market. The Supreme Court is apparently going to hear this case in its next term, which is in October. October. Two e-cigarette liquid makers, Triton Distribution and Vapetista LLC, filed FDA applications in 20 for products with flavors such as sour grape, pink lemonade, cream brulee, and names including Jimmy the Juice Man, Strawberry Astronaut, and Suicide Bunny Season. Bunny Season. Suicide Bunny Season. So does that taste like death and white meat? Maybe with some blood in there or something? I mean, I don't know. That sounds weird. Suicide Bunny Season. God, I can only imagine what that tastes like. An FDA rule that took effect in 2016 deemed e-cigarettes to be tobacco products like traditional cigarettes, subject to agency review under a 2009 federal law called the Tobacco Control Act, and said manufacturers of the product would need to apply for approval to continue selling them. Ruh-roh. Although the agency maintains it has not categorically banned flavored e-cigarette products, that's BS. That's real BS, man, because effectively they said that there was only 23 products. Whatever. Companies seeking the agency's approval must clear a high legal bar since such products pose a known and substantial risk to youth, the FDA said in the court filing. For regulatory approval, companies must show, among other things, that their marketing would be appropriate for the protection of public health. I mean, if they're not smoking cigarettes or real tobacco, What could be the problem? Maybe the juice, maybe the synthetic nicotine, maybe the delivery device. What is it, FDA? What is it? Please help us. The FDA rejected the application by the two companies, along with more than 1 million other products, according to court records. The FDA has approved only 27, I'm sorry, not 23, 27 e-cigarette products, all tobacco or menthol flavored. So for God's sakes, don't like it. Don't enjoy what you're doing. Just go for the traditional flavors of tobacco and menthol. You know, just so you'll go back to the smokes. You know, smoke.
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 Come on. Triton and Vape in 2021 asked the New Orleans-based 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to review the FDA denial of their application. In January, the full slate of the 5th Circuit ruled 10-6 that the FDA had been arbitrary and capricious in violation of the federal law called the Administrative Procedure Act by denying the application without considering plans by the company to prevent underage access and use. Well, if the retailer, and let's just keep it real, if the retailer was doing their job and they had to show ID, they had to accept the ID, maybe even have to scan the ID, you know, because there are these things out there, and all IDs have, hang on, let me find my ID because I know it does. Here we go. Let me get it out. Oh, they do have these little codes on the back and easily scannable, as you can see, and they align with an adult or not. And so I'm just thinking that's how you get around this little thing, is make the retailer responsible for this, or don't sell the darn things in the mail. You know, don't let them go through, you know, that kind of process, man. And, you know, being able to order it online and ship it to someone so, you know, somebody underage could have access to it. Make them go into a retail outlet, have their stuff scanned, you know, maybe even the e-cigarette people are responsible for making sure that these places have them before they can even be sold to, but they won't do that because that would be very expensive. It's not really expensive, though. Judge Andrew Odom, an appointee of Republican former president, number 45, Donald Trump, wrote in a ruling that the FDA had first asked e-cigarette companies for detailed plans about how they would market their products to prevent abuse by youth, saying those plans were crucial, but then denied their application without even bothering to look at them. Odom said that fell short of the agency's obligation to turn square corners or deal straightforward with companies. Can't beat that. I think that's fact. Okay, that's fact. Eric Hainer, an attorney for Triton, said the company looks forward to having the Supreme Court review the FDA surprise after the fact imposition of new study requirements and failure to follow its own guidelines. Well, mainly because you're not big tobacco. And that's got a lot to do with it. You know, you're not big tobacco, so they don't care. You know, they only wanted certain people to do this. And I hate to say this, Triton and Baptista, you ain't it. I don't hate to say that. I'm glad that this court here has said that. The Fifth Circuit ruling created a split with other federal appellate courts that have reached conflicting conclusion on the issue and prompted the FDA's appeal to the Supreme Court. Like they ain't got enough to do. This is foolish. I'm not a big e-cigarette fan, so I don't know what the story is here. I don't know what the problem is here, but I do know that when we got rules, everyone should follow, not just a select few. That's not fair, man. But how are you going to cut down millions of product, but only 23 of them you approved? And they all happen to be big tobacco? What's up? Well, and now Juul, who may be owned by big tobacco. That sound weird to any of y'all? Really? I mean, think about it. Big tobacco, Vape. Big tobacco, Vape, Triton. Come on, man. You know what's up. I'll put a link in the article down here in the description. You check it out. Tell me what you think. But Reuters, they telling you all about it. Don't sound good. We may be having these after all. Old Chad may have to invest in them and make his store full like everybody else.